This does present a counterattack opportunity for Chien, but I think he can kill Chien's buildings pretty easily before Chien can get much done. We'll see that now. Will he go in with the Zealots? He is moving out with the Zealots towards the natural base of Cyan. Only just now taking a gas, though. And I think we're going to see at least game one go Cyan's way pretty dominatingly as well. I mean, he held that rush with really just a Zealot and a shield battery. And took a natural expansion, so pretty good out of Cyan here. The shield batteries are going to get targeted down now, which is good, but the Stalkers, again, can't just kite and even recalling the rest of its Stalkers, and it's 32 probes to 3, and I think once these Zealots get cleaned up, we may see a tap out of Chien. Or maybe not. He does have 4 more Zealots, but he's got no mining, and Cyan even left a single Stalker at the Nexus of Chien just to make sure that no mining will ever occur there again. Very nice out of Cyan here. A Stalker does fall, but just not enough production up.
Yeah, so ChienPwn will need to definitely adjust in his future games, and if and when he does play the next league over with more optimized builds. Because he definitely could have done 4 gateways. Typically, that's what you want.
Yeah, I think like 4 gateways, or you've got to just take your gases like as your 2 gateways are going on. Another really popular PvP build is 2-gate Forge, so that would have been an option as well. But anyways,
ooh,
I think
but
really
if Cyan's out of position, it could happen.
Oh.
He kills the shield batteries.
Yeah, he kills the shield batteries before the Bladestalkers are there. And I was going to say, this is part of what Cyan's doing now. He should have done a long time ago. Part of holding a 3-racks effectively. Part of holding a 3-racks effectively is having your units like out on the Terran side of the map so that you can tax the Marines as they're coming across the map, maybe force out a stim. This is a lot of damage happening here. The stim has worn off, which means he's going to have to overstim a little bit, and there are blink on these Stalkers. I like the discipline here. Waits quite a little bit before he actually activates stim. And, I mean, he's going to be able to pump out a lot of Marines. The only thing I'd say is I think he'd be in a really good spot, but he's not made any Marines behind this. He's only just now firing up Marines.
Yeah.
And he could easily have another 20 Marines out at this. And I think that's really probably the difference between him being a Code B player and being a Code A player at this point in time.
That's true.
Is that ability to macro behind your pushes.
And he alerts the enemy that he's coming up. Oh, Nelly.
Oh, man. That was a disgusting storm.
You better come at me harder than that, bro.
Yeah, that's a 17 kill High Templar, by the way. So.
It's the most I've seen.
Whew. Yeah, I think he had a real opportunity, but just not making that production.
But you know, you guys playing SC2, watching SC2, now you know what to do, and it's not that super crazy formula on how to get better, right? There's small things that you can do like that makes a big difference, which is
yep, absolutely. Yeah, and I got some little insider information as well from someone who's in the same building as ChienPwn. He's a bit JoJo fan, and so when the storm hit all his rings, he started screaming, "Nani!" Which of course means what? So,
alright.
Don't do nothing.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
don't
a little
know.
bit harder
You
to
never
notice.
knew that unless you see like, oh, nothing's actually being made. So.
Yeah, either seeing it or maybe hearing the alert. All right, we'll have to see if he manages to EMP these juicy High Templar.
Well, let's see that.
We'll see.
Ghost.
He only made 1 ghost. He's got another on the way. I guess he only has 1 barracks with a tech lab.
Ghost needs to do it now. Oh, and he doesn't do it in time.
And then does EMP the main army. But yeah, I think that's going to be game. It was a good, I mean, very decent macro overall from Chien on his Terran. So yeah, I mean, if he wants to stick with Protoss, I think he can. But I also see a potential future in Terran. We'll have to see what he decides in the off season. Yes. Well done by him, winning the Code B, obviously. GG3. There you go. Says, and leaves the game.
Well, he looks like he still had a lot of fun. So that's the good news about here. So let's
3 Stalkers, man. If he'd warped that in across the map and gone in, would have had some potential there. But Will be able to target down the battery, perhaps, is pulling back the weakened Stalkers, and this is the kind of micro we see at these levels, progressing better and better. The 3 Phoenix are coming home, but now there's no shield battery on that natural base. If the Immortal was out here, I'd feel pretty good still about SirMalagant's chances to push in, but he's only barely up in army supply, and most of that's in an Immortal and Stalker that are back at home, not able to help out in this fight. Neutrophil's looking for damage now. Another Immortal on the way. It does even manage to pull 1 Stalker in and gets the kill on it. Now it's 6 Stalkers to 5, but there's 3 Phoenix and a Sentry as well. But with that Immortal popping, he actually just used all the energy on his Phoenix for lifts. So the Immortal's going to be able to reign kind of supreme on the ground here. The Phoenix are completely useless now, and there's already an Immortal out. Man, I really wish SirMalagant had pulled the other Immortal across the map here. That's actually really good for him here, especially if he had 2 Immortals and that extra Stalker. That might be all the difference to push through here. Still, there's no shield battery. And the Sentry is gone. That's the only lift available. But he's not targeting the lifting Phoenix. He's just going to try and get damage and say, take my Immortal, I don't care. He's going to try and depower the shield battery as well. Still no lifts on those Phoenix available. There is a Void Ray out, though, and that's huge. And no additional Immortals, I don't think. Just that one still sitting at home. SirMalagant not F2ing, just like ChienPwn, but I think in his case it's out of discipline instead of not thinking about it. And bringing across a massive army is going to be able to just kind of pummel his way through the army of Neutrophil. Or, sorry, of SirMalagant. And even has charge out already. Neutrophil looking pretty strong with his Protoss here. Just that little bit cleaner like we talked about, especially in that early game. I mean, I think he was pretty bamboozled by the build of SirMalagant, but still managed to hold, and GG. 300 gas, if you were really wondering exactly how much. Now, we do have Blink coming down for SirMalagant. We've already got Charge done, and Blink on the way now for Neutrophil as well. SirMalagant's coming in with 4 Stalkers into the main base. He's going to try and get some damage of his own. And the army for Neutrophil is pretty far forward. I was going to try and depower the gateways, but unfortunately there's a double pylon there. Oh, but he's going to Sentry block the high ground. Oh, and Neutrophil recalls. Oh, he recalls. I like that. He actually recalls his Warp Prism, so he can lift units up onto the high ground, it looks like. I'm not sure, though. There's a lot of units here for SirMalagant. Oh, he needs to re-force field that. Oh, he does force field out some of the units, keeps other ones in here. And this is some good damage out of SirMalagant thus far. The supply has evened up now. Kills a Stalker or 2 and a Sentry. But now he's out of force fields. Oh, that Prism is so low! Oh, he barely gets the Immortals out, but now there's no micro potential for the Immortals. We'll be able to take at least one of them down, but the armies are so disjointed for both players. They're both having a hard time microing it, I think. And I think we're going to see Neutrophil come out on top in this trade. Indeed, we do. Not even going to be able to get out with any of those Stalkers. I don't think one Stalker makes it away. And we do have a pretty good lead for Neutrophil there. That was an insane back and forth. Neutrophil does still have 2 Immortals. If Charge can finish up here, I think he does have a slightly superior army. As those Immortals really fall off against any amount of Zealots. But a Zealot warping in the main base is going to run into that mineral line. SirMalagant's going to be able to target down the Prism maybe, though. Does get the Prism, but now a Gateway and his Robo getting depowered, and his Zealots fighting on the front. Funnily enough, the Zealots are taking a very good trade because Immortals are just that bad against them. Does keep the army of Neutrophil busy for quite a while. Malagant instantly dropping pylons to repower his buildings, and he's on the chase. There's no Warp Prism to micro these with. Maybe Blink on top of the Immortals, but his army got disjointed yet again. Very unfortunate here for SirMalagant. I think if his full army was there, he'd be able to chase this down, but as it is, he's now at half the army supply of Neutrophil, and the rest of Neutrophil's army is going to be able to catch up and join in here, and that's a lot of Zealots. Still, there are shield batteries if he can make it back to his natural base. He's warping in. More Sentries, more Stalkers. I would have liked to see more Zealots, maybe. He tries to get some force fields. Only 2 balls can get blinked on top of pretty easily, but SirMalagant doesn't see it, and that, I think, is going to be all she wrote for this game pretty quickly here. Half the army of SirMalagant going down to a massive Disruptor shot. Malagant trying to keep his Colossus alive, but the overpowered battery does... overcharge. Whoops. Freudian slip. Does go down. And, I think with that, SirMalagant's chances in this game have gone down as well. So last 2 Stalkers get taken out by another Disruptor shot. And another occasion where SirMalagant got himself a bit of a lead, but wasn't quite able to clinch it. I think it's game number 2. Way 2. SirMalagant, he's moving out with his Stalkers. He's going to try to get a big warp in the main base of Zealots, I think. Oh, he's going into the Prism. He does drop out some Zealots. The Stalkers are trying to target down that Prism, but they're not going to be able to do so. And the Oracles are actually relatively low on energy because of all those Stasis Wards. And the Stasis Ward just ran out in the front as well. Oh, is SirMalagant going to be able to get damage done here? I think in the main base is where we're seeing the real story. Yeah, 5, 6 probes going down. The Oracle's doing his best. If it was Lings, I'd feel a lot better about this, but obviously that's kind of impossible in PvP. And a lot of probes go down SirMalagant. He's got the weirdness game thus far, and now the attack comes. It's 4 carriers against 3, a mothership. There are a couple Void Rays out for Neutrophil. +1 air weapons has not kicked in just yet. And it is +2 attack to only +1, but it's 20 army supply up for SirMalagant, so we'll see. Neutrophil doesn't know this is coming just yet. Now knows, but only 2 disruptors out and 1 shield battery right at the forefront. Big blink back, dodges the first disruptor shot perfectly. Absolutely beautiful. And full cloaking here. An excellent revelation out of Neutrophil, but this base is forfeit here. And Neutrophil cannot afford to be losing bases at this point. He's trying to target down the mothership. Doesn't quite manage to do so, though. Could blink on top of these disruptors. Indeed, he does. He targets down the disruptor that still had a shot left. And I think we're going to see SirMalagant push through here. All the interceptors of Neutrophil are gone. And the interceptors of SirMalagant stand strong. 4 carriers. That's 32, 6-something interceptors. 32. I know math. It's 32. Okay. Anyways, 32 interceptors. A mothership. Units underneath. And I think with the Colossi in particular, SirMalagant will be able to push through here. I mean, there's shield batteries here. There is no battery overcharge available, though, because there's no energy on any of the Nexi. The Immortals are now falling. More warp-ins from SirMalagant. He's up 160 supply to only 70 for Neutrophil, and we will see SirMalagant get his name on the board. An important moment for him in this series, as that fake proxy doing work. Attempted a cannon rush, just not quite pulling it off, and it looks like Neutrophil should be able to secure the victory here and advance on to fight Dark Menace. And the gateway even gets depowered. Should be able to reveal this DT imminently. Indeed he does. Technically battery overcharge will keep it alive for the moment. Battery overcharge will run out before too much longer. And the DT does set off. It's just 1 DT in the Stasis Ward, so that's not too bad. There's enough energy, though, for another reveal here, and he does get revealed. I think that's going to be all she wrote for SirMalagant in this season. Still a top 5 finish, I believe it is. So not too bad at all. And considering how rusty he seems to have been, based off his match history and his own testimony, nothing to feel too ashamed about, I would say. I mean, technically still has 33 workers, so if he could somehow hold this with DTs, and there is only Revelation Detection, but there's just enough Revelation Detection. Revelation, they actually made it so you can cast it much more frequently, it just doesn't last as long. It's only 15 energy, so by the time it runs out, there's pretty much going to be enough energy for another one immediately. And now everything gets depowered. SirMalagant, he's trying his best. He knows this is his last chance, so he's giving it all he's got, but I think it's going to be all she wrote in this game number 4 here. Shield battery will get targeted down. It still has Revelation available, but there's not really any production available for SirMalagant. He's trying to sneak up a base in the bottom corner, but it's 40 army supply to 2. He's trying his best, but the best ain't going to be enough at this point. Sad to say. But an epic series overall, that Game 3. Quite sick. As he's still trying. He's got that cannon, the anchor point, but GG is called.